Hi, welcome back to Keble Junction, episode 3. Wanted to do this obviously a lot more frequently. Clearly isn't going to happen, things get in the way. However, you may have seen from the image at the front of the video that Metcalfe has taken over our lives. So if I stand back a little bit, you can see all of these behind me. Yeah, my wife's gone a bit mad for Metcalfe. Which is great, right? Because that means I've got my wife on board. Makes my life easier when I want to do modelling because she's probably going to help me do it. Yesterday, my family were kind enough to take me to the London Festival of Model Railway at the Alexandra Palace. First time I've ever been there. Yeah, really good. Loads of obviously layouts, plenty of exhibitors and companies I've never heard of, which was really useful. And small independent modelling shops as well that aren't local to me, but now gives me a great opportunity to explore other items or ideas to put onto the layout. You may see also that the paper layout is now gone. I'm not sure whether you can see on the camera, but we've got black lines here where I've drawn it onto the baseboards. My next step will be to basically put those the cork underlay down onto the baseboards. But this is about Metcalfe, this episode. So I'm going to show you some of the Metcalfes that we've built, myself and my wife, over the last few weeks. And we came back from Ali Pali yesterday with another bag full of Metcalfe to do. But let's show you what we've done. So this is the small factory. That was I think the second one that we did. As you can see here, it's actually in two parts. Obviously you can put them together or glue them together or stick them together if I wish, or maybe keep them separate. Not quite sure what I'll do when I get to the layout yet. But again, great model, great amount of detail. I've had to show you one at a time. This is the main part. Double doors there. Some steps going up to sort of the loading bay area. Yeah, again, and they're very solid. That's the one thing I'm quite surprised by, is that the level of detail is fantastic, but it's how rigid they are. With the card, you can see the card here that gives it its strength. And then this one here is the other part of it. Again, sort of loading bay, warehouse. Plenty of windows on this one. That was quite fun to do those. I find it sort of a little bit therapeutic, in fact. Again, a couple of hours per model. Great fun. So yeah, that's the N gauge warehouse. And yeah, it's great little kit, number 2. I'll show you the third one. So this is the first Metcalfe model that I built, which got us started. I think actually my mum gave this to me a good few months back, and yeah, just got around to doing it a few weeks ago. As you can see, it's hopefully you can see that it's a butcher shop that I created. Inside the windows, obviously some meats hanging there. So again, very detailed. Great little kits. So first ever Metcalfe I've ever done. Really good fun. Couple of hours to build. Hopefully you can see I've done my own little sort of sailboard. Just to add a little bit more to the model, and then some flowers here, which actually is where my wife comes into it, and you'll see that in some of the other models that we've built over the last few weeks. You can see at the back here a nice little garden area, and again little plant pot by the back door. But yeah, great little kit, one of very many that we've done, and I'll show you the other ones that we've made. So this is the factory I've done as well. That's a separate part. Unfortunately, as I've picked it up just to record this video, I've actually decided to break it, snap it, or unglue it. Probably a better way to put it, unfortunately, but I'll get that sorted in a minute. But again, great little model. Plenty of windows in it. If I sort of hopefully gently turn that round, you can see it's sort of low relief, so it will sit against the back of the layout, against the wall, or against obviously the back scene when I put that in. Yeah, a little bit disappointing. I've decided to break it as I've just picked that up, but again, it's only card, so it's relatively easy to fix. But yeah, again, great model, very rigid. Level of detail is fantastic. Yeah, obviously as you may be able to see on the steps down here, I've actually written when you do the kits, they give you the numbers, so you know which parts which. I've actually written on pencil, so I take them all out in one go and put them all out, so I know what they are. So I'll probably paint the stairs to get them weathered up and make it a little bit more authentic. There you go. That needs to be re-glued on, but yeah, essentially factory in N-gauge. Great little kit. then the next kit that my wife and I done, which you probably saw in that time lapse that we've just made. So I've done a terraced house, again quite small, flowers at the front, and I'll come to that in a second. This is where my wife's creative influence comes into it for sure. Little shed at the back, obviously goes through on both sides, which is great. A little bit of detail, back doors, but it's like the capping stones across the top of the fences, across the top of the walls as well. Great little detail. But yeah, just the flowers just adds a little bit to it. And this is the one that my wife did, which I think is the coach house. So as you can see here, my wife's gone further than just building the model by putting flowers up the wall, which looks absolutely brilliant. And it's that level of detail that actually I don't necessarily have in that creativity side, and that's where my wife comes into it. And again, all the chimney pots on the top, and then I turn that round, you can see sort of a courtyard area as well. But a great little kit. They're all brilliant kits, in fact. This one, and if you can see it, is called the White Hart Coach House. But yeah, fantastic kits, really well made. Metcalfe, brilliant manufacturer for models, for putting on your layouts. And I'll now show you some of the other ones that we've built over the last few weeks. So these are the other ones that we've built. So as you can see, that's a pub. So that came as the pub in the shop. In fact, that's the Black Cat pub that I made. Again, flowers at the front, as you can see down here. Again, it's basically the same as the shop, but obviously it's a pub instead. My wife did this one, which I think is a cottage from memory. Again, the additional flowers in the front is just a brilliant bit of detail. If I can just show you, turn that round. Again, sort of hanging baskets on the back that my wife's put in, just brilliant. And actually, if you look at the top as well, we've got smoke coming out the chimneys. Yeah, brilliant piece of detail. This next one is the church, which is again great little model which my wife did, but if I turn it round, gone one step further with the level of detail. So again, as you can see here, we put all the grass in, which we got from the Alexandra Palace show yesterday. But the hedges, or the hedgerow, you can see around the outside, and then all the flowers across the front. Extremely colourful, great kit. And actually, you can see down here, there's a sign at the front. So it's that level of detail, and it's so small, which is great. Again, my wife did this one. This is her pub, if you like. Again, flowers on the windows as well. I did a fire station, I think it was last weekend. So turn that round, you can see fire station. Turn it right round to the back. Again, you can see these windows are empty, which is where they do their training, typically at fire stations. I think I've called it the village fire station. Over here, so I'll bring this one over. Again, I think this was a cottage, I think, or station master's cottage, something like that. We've got here, we've got a shop, which is my wife's shop. Again, you can tell my wife likes flowers. Flowers at the door, flowers at the shop door. Again, flowers as sort of the window baskets around the outside. And then I did another terraced house, which you can see here. Pretty plain, haven't done anything to this one. Haven't even put the chimney pots on top. But again, great kit. So Metcalfe, great bits of kit to do, great fun, couple of hours each. Yeah, really enjoyable. So there we go. Mad for Metcalfe. My wife is, although I'm pretty pleased with it, and I quite enjoy doing them as well. So I've got a few more to go and do. The ones we bought from Alexandra Palace yesterday. But a quick review on Alexandra Palace, and if you've never been to it, I'll bring someone in to help me. Come on, in you come. It's my daughter Maddie, she's 11. So what did you think of the show yesterday?
I was quite surprised when I walked in. I just thought, wow, this is a lot of models and a lot of creation put into it. And I think I just thought it must have taken so much time for all these models to be set up and built.
What was your favourite one?
My favourite one was probably the Lego.
Lego. There was a Lego one. It was really cool actually. Great for getting kids into modelling and into the hobby. With earlier this year, I'm sure everybody knows. Hatton's closing down, actually being bought, so to speak, by Rails of Sheffield in the last couple of weeks. Obviously, Worley stopping as well. I personally don't think coming into the hobby that the hobby is on its way out or dying, as people are saying. I mean, I'm on lots of Facebook groups, but it's still very much alive and well. And the number of people at Alexandra Palace yesterday, there were hundreds of people there. But yeah, great fun, wasn't it? Are you going to help me do this model when we really get going? Do you think you'll help me?
Yeah,
Good.
I definitely will.
I need some help from someone like this, but for me, my wife is the one with all the creativity, putting the flowers onto these models, and yeah, just fantastic. So yeah, until the next time, hopefully we'll have a bit more done on the actual layout itself. I'm going to make some changes. In fact, just very briefly, if I just stand you to the side a little bit, you may remember that there was going to be a station over that sort of far side, a sort of branch line. I'm going to carry that on above this section, which is where the fiddle wheel is going to be hidden, and this entire section from that side to this side, so if I stand over here to over here, this top raised bit will be a full town scene. That's going to be my wife's. Okay, so my wife has an entire part of the model railway now. We're going to bring a line through the branch line right into that town or that village. Yeah, should be good fun. But having your wife on side in an expensive hobby is definitely a good thing. Until next time, see you later. Thank you.